Hi everybody, it's Dr. D with First Choice Chiropractic again. Today I'm going to be going over some solutions for foot and ankle pain. We've had a lot of runners coming in recently that have started to complain of, hey, my ankles are bothering me all the time. And we do some adjusting to the ankle and find that, yes, you can get some subluxation in the ankle that needs to be adjusted to get that loosened up from all that compressive activity that's happening. But there's some other solutions that we should be looking at home also. The first thing I go over with people is what types of shoes we're wearing. If you're out doing any activities, just even standing, you see I wear sneakers at work all the time because I'm standing up most of my day. But proper fitting shoes are really important. I tell people go to a place that actually fits shoes for you. Be very surprised at what you find when they actually watch you walk, if you stand on a scanner and see exactly what's going on with your foot, and then fit shoes that are actually for what you use the shoe for. All different types of shoes out there, and what you find is that big selection becomes very narrow, and you can say, hey, geez, this makes a big difference all in itself. The other thing is how you put the shoes on. When we're looking at when we're going to put a shoe on, what we want to do is we want to kick our heel back to the back of the shoe first. And then what we want to do is make sure that we're not cranking down on the shoelaces so that it's over tightened. When we look at that, we want to be able to take two fingers and slide it right up underneath the laces, the top of the laces there. If we're tightening them down so tight that we can't get our fingers under there, it's actually pushing on the tendons that are coming down from the shin here, down into the top of the foot, these extensor tendons, and can cause some sort of tendinitis or issues in the foot there. So to get the shoe fitting properly is very important. Now, we try that out, we look at that, and we find that we're still having some foot pain. Some of the stuff that we should do is just stretching. So when we kick the shoe off, what we want to do is, since these are extensor tendons, or tendons that bring the foot up like this, what we want to do is we want to bring the foot down into flexion and stretch it down like this. We do that. I try and start with the big toe, just pushing the big toe down into the floor, pushing my heel out in front like this to try and get that toe to go down, and you can feel that stretch come right up the front of the shin here. Then what we do is also go over to the side like this, stretching the foot into this position so we feel again that stretch up into the shin there. After we go through these ranges where we bring the foot into all these positions, and again, you can do it while you're standing also. Just take and put your foot down, put your foot behind you, stretch out across like that. As we do that, we start to get into these stretches here where we're going to hold that for 30 seconds or so. After you've gotten into those positions, it's often really important to just mobilize the ankle a little bit. I tell people just do big circles one way, circles the other way. Other people like to go into where they're spelling out the alphabet, so they take their foot through all different ranges like that. Once we get that nice and mobile, we still may have a lot of tension in here, and these muscles, these are where all the muscles contract to bring the foot up. And they're coming down right through this, what's called a retinaculum, or it's basically like a seat belt that goes across here of tissue that the tendons go underneath and out to the foot. I always like to use the roller to roll these types of tissues out. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our roller, we're going to go towards the heart, so we're pushing all the blood back up to the body, and what we're going to do is we're going to take that down, and we're going to just start right on the aspect of the bony prominence of the shin here. We're going to go just lateral to that on those muscle bellies. And as we work our way up, we're just going to find these knots in that shin and find out where they are and just start to work them up and trying to get those to loosen up like that. This, if you're having a tendinitis out in the foot, can hurt. You're starting to feel a lot of pain in these areas, but that's okay. Just start with big, broad strokes first to try and get that blood flow, trying to get that stuff to loosen up a little bit. Find those areas where those short, tight fibers are, and just do little motions over those, trying to work through some of that tension, and then back to larger strokes again to increase that circulation into that muscle and allow that to heal properly. You can pick one of these up at most running stores, Dick's Sporting Goods, Walmart, Five Below, Amazon, things of that nature. So these things are pretty easy to come by. If you don't have one of these at home, you can just take a broomstick and put over top of it a piece of the cardboard that goes into either toilet paper rolls or hand towel rolls, and use that type of thing for a home solution. So if you're still experiencing any foot and ankle pain after all that, you may still just be having some subluxation in those joints. If you're having a hard time with any of this, please give us a call at 804-726 6810. We'd be happy to check you out and see what we can do to help. Thanks so much.